For checking out my video. Today we're making apple crisp, and this is one of my favorite things, and I have the most awesome recipe for it. I've been using it for years. People always ask me for it, and it has one sort of odd, unusual ingredient in it. So I'll tell you about that when we get to that point. I've been chopping up my apples so that you didn't have to just sit and watch me chop apples. I'm spraying my pan good here. I had 4 big apples. And you can use red apples, yellow, green, whatever, it doesn't matter. So I got 4 big apples here. And you just want to spread them out. And then we're going to make our topping. And the topping starts with, I apologize if I keep looking at my notes, but the recipe for this is real big, so I had to break it down, and I don't know it by heart yet. Okay, I have 1 1/8 cup of oats here. I'm going to add 2 cups of sugar, 1 1/8 cup of flour, so I've got half a cup, 1 cup, 1/8 of a cup. And here's our odd ingredient. It's dry powdered milk. I have 3/4 of a cup of it here. I don't exactly know whoever came up with the idea to do that or exactly what it does. All I know is it's delicious. So I've been making it for years, and I will never trade this recipe because it's so good. And I actually threw this butter into the freezer for about 10 minutes so it would be nice and cold, because that's how you want it to get a good nice crunchy topping. And I'm gonna slice this butter into little pieces, and then I'm going to use this to help make it crumbly, but you get a really big head start if you cut your butter first like this. Just cut it down the middle again, and it cracks apart and everything. That doesn't matter. Okay, the last thing that goes into our topping is a teaspoon of cinnamon, and I'm just gonna eyeball it because I know what a teaspoon is. And now I'm just gonna get in here with this. Actually, I'm gonna give it a stir first. So now I'm just kind of going to hit the most obvious real big chunks of butter, and you want them to be smaller, more like, you know, closer to pea sized. And I always get butter stuck in this thing, but that's all right. Comes out pretty easy. And if you don't feel like using one of these, you can always just kind of, sometimes I just go through and kind of give the big pieces of butter a quick hit with the knife so that they're smaller. It doesn't really matter if they don't have to be tiny, but you just want them, you know, a little small. Now this seems like a lot of topping, and it is a lot of topping. But that's what makes this so good. is there's like, you know, there's as much topping as there is apples. And I've had some apple crisp at other people's houses or other places or whatever, and it's the topping that's the good part. So if you're skimpy on the topping, it's not going to be nearly as good. So I'm just going to throw this on here and spread it out. A lot of topping, and it takes kind of a long time to bake because of all that topping, but it's worth it, trust me. Okay, this is going to go in the oven. I started at 400 for like the first 10 minutes, and then I turn it down to 350 for 35 to 45 minutes. So this is going in the oven, and when it comes out, I'll show it to you. So here's our apple crisp, fresh out of the oven.